A Ukraine-Russian ceasefire deal failed to gain traction on Monday following an extremely brief round of negotiations, with the warring sides only agreeing on a prisoner-of-war exchange. The short-lived meeting in Istanbul, the second of its kind since Russia invaded Ukraine in 2022, lasted less than an hour without any progress on ending the war. The Moscow delegation once again rejected a 30-day US-backed ceasefire proposal, which Ukrainian officials say is necessary to end the bloodshed and set the groundwork for a wider peace deal, according to Kyiv's delegation. The Kremlin's negotiating team said Russia would only agree to a limited ceasefire of at most 3 days, and only in certain frontline positions to facilitate a POW exchange. Moscow has made it clear that it will not engage in a pause to the war until all its demands are met, including the demilitarization of Ukraine and the annexation of all territories currently occupied by Russian soldiers. With the impasse still in place, the negotiating teams only agreed on a deal for another large POW exchange, including the bodies of 12,000 dead soldiers. The negotiators have yet to hammer out the details on how many living captives would be freed, but they suggested it could be as large as the 1,000 who were exchanged following the last meeting in Istanbul in May. Ukrainian Defense Minister Rustem Umerov noted that the new exchange would focus on young soldiers and those who are severely injured. Kyiv is also demanding that Moscow hand over at least 339 Ukrainian children who have allegedly been kidnapped by Russian troops during the more than 3 years of war. Vladimir Medinsky, the head of the Russian delegation, slammed the proposal as nothing more than Ukraine putting on a show for bleeding heart European old ladies, according to the TASS state media outlet. If you want to make someone cry, just show an orphaned child, or better yet, a child with a kitten. This is what the Ukrainians are doing, he said of the peace talks. The short, heated talks came after Russia and Ukraine ramped up their attacks on Sunday, with Kyiv taking out dozens of the Kremlin's nuclear bomber jets in Siberia and elsewhere.